don't know,
Taint
trick some.
the Light is my first choice for the winning driver.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's really strong.
I think it was last race, yeah, he dominated.
Right, stream should be up any moment. Right, welcome guys to FPRL round 3 at Imola. Today I am joined by Ali Ferrari. My name is Revengezilla and we're going to take you through the Tier 2 race this evening.
Yeah, so good evening everyone. I hope you've had an amazing day. And what should I say? I don't know what's next.
Tell them a bit about yourself.
Oh,
One
yeah,
fun fact about Ali Ferrari.
So I'm a Tier 1 driver for FPRL. I've raced here since last season, the beginning of last season, and it's been my most active league. And I hope everyone enjoys the race. Of course.
I've heard you're a fraud as well.
Oh yeah, actually,
So,
yeah, but not as much as of a fraud as Nigel Pickle.
I agree. Right, so we have 18 drivers today, and amongst the 18 we have quite a few making their debut in FPRL. We have ENG Illusions, we're just going to call him Illusions just to make it easier, but he is making his debut in the Haas today. We have we have Active Fox 1206 making his debut in the Alfa Romeo, and
there is a retirement.
Yep, he has a quali ban, I believe Lemming does. So we won't be seeing him. So we got ENGX Dykers is making his debut in the Aston Martin. So it's those three drivers who will be looking to impress in their first outing in FPRL.
Oh, there's someone coming up, an Aston Martin, I think. I know it's an Alpine. It's Silverside, boy.
Okay, I need to turn this audio up. David in the chat saying wet race. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know how he would know unless he got a bit of inside knowledge, but
Silverside is boys coming out alongside with Taint the Light in the Alpha Tauri. So Silverside boys on mediums and the Alpha Tauri's on softs.
yeah, I mean, what do you think of the medium tyre? Do you reckon there'll be anyone in this grid looking to use those mediums in Q2 and maybe get through, or?
I mean, yeah, probably Biddle, and then Taint the Light, and wait, let me see. Probably X Mag user is also very fast, and yeah, I think if they were going to go on the mediums, they'll definitely get through. But as we saw from the race yesterday, the mediums were definitely the worst tires to start on.
Yeah, I think the softs are a very strong race tyre around here, and I think the likes of Silverside Boy and Gregors are looking to use those mediums in Q1 and maybe save those extra softs for later on in qualifying. Albeit we do have 18 today and one with a quali ban, so we will only see 2 more drivers removed from this session, so it's very likely that there will be a... Oh, so I've just read in the chat, full wet race from WRL Lemming, so it is completely useless us talking about strategy.
Nonetheless,
so,
here is Silverside going on lap. He's really easy with the curbs, not really attacking any of them. So taking it easy, it's Q1 of course. A bit wide through the toaster, and then good rotation. Now up to understeer city, as he takes good amount of curbs, slight oversteer, and oh, that's a bit wide into oversteer city.
Yeah, that's invalidated.
Now back to Taint the Light. Oh, he takes a lot of curbs there. Oh, this looks perfect. Slightly, he didn't go as wide as he should, so probably a worse exit than what is expected. Anyways, to the oh, he really does attack these curbs. Good exit as well. Silverside boys getting his good amount of space there. Going into the last two corners. He takes a good amount of curbs. A bit nervous on the exit, but nonetheless, still very clean. Up to the line.
Looks like
15.6.
Looks like quite a few drivers are looking to use these medium tyres, obviously. It's going to be very, very important this qualifying session now.
Gregor almost lost it on the mediums as well.
Yeah, also trying the mediums, obviously the lack of grip compared to the softs. But I think we just have to reiterate how important this qualifying session is, as with a wet race, obviously the chance of overtaking is very, very limited, and from what I can see, it's about 50% of the race is going to be wet, so it'll be interesting to see how much people are willing to risk in this qualifying session, as the qualifying is going to be all important for that grid position and track position come the race.
Okay, Illusion is on a lap. He's got a decent sector 1. Yeah, that was a bit nervous going to Understeer City. Good exit from Oversteer City. Now into the slow hairpin. A bit wide. Good exit. And now he's on his way to the last two corners. As he does take quite a tight line. Missed the apex, nonetheless. Brave on the last two corners. Not as nervous as taking the late. Oh wait, that didn't count. Was that an outlap?
I'm sure he was on a lap.
He was on a lap.
Maybe the game was lying to us. I'm sure he was on a lap. Anyway, so we have Active Fox, the next driver to try the mediums. He's coming up to the chicane now in the third sector. Takes a lot of curb on the inside of the left, but nonetheless gets a very nice exit. And he is going to be the next of our drivers to set a representative time on the mediums. Actually, I think before that we have Henkers, who's decided to come straight back in the box on those mediums. So it will be Active Fox on the medium tyres, but it's only going to set a 1:19.6, and that shouldn't be enough to get him anywhere near the top end of Q1.
He seems to have quite a difficult time keeping the car straight. Who else is on it? Dikers.
Yeah, we'll go with Dikers for him. Dikers. He does have his battery is flashing. Yeah.
Invalidated. X6 mag user. Oh, he takes a good amount of curb. Really brave on the sausage curbs. Going into Oversteer City. Oh, that was brave. Good exit. Now, on his way to the slow hairpin. How much curb is he gonna take? That was a bit slow. A bit of oversteer through the in the exit. Now, quite a tight line through there. He does hit the apex. Very brave in the last corner. That was clean. Oh, it's the fastest up with a 15.3.
So I think this tier are going to be looking at low to mid 14s for pole position today. So I'm sure we will see a lot more time come out of these guys as they're looking to warm up and maybe get used to the track. And we'll take a quick look to the chat. Obviously, we've got a few
purple sector
tonight.
for Joshua. Oh, this is a good lap. This is definitely the fastest lap, I think. Takes a good amount of curb through the slow chicane. And now onto the last two corners. He hits the apex really nicely. Really brave on the curbs. Is it gonna be glory? It's gonna be a 15.3. That's the fastest lap, but it will probably be beaten a bit later in the session.
Yeah, again, the times are starting to tumble down now as more drivers are going to try out the soft tyres. And I think no doubt a lot of these times will be beaten towards the end of this session. We still do have 9 minutes left, and those who were trying the mediums, the only other one yet to set a time is Button, who's looking very committed. Yeah, that's a very nice line there from Button as he comes into the third sector now. He sets a 50.7.
He's not much off Joshua, actually. He was a bit nervous through the first sector. Doesn't take too much inside curb. Good rotation there. He likes to keep it in high revs. That's a 16.5. Less than a tenth off Silverside, who is on the same set of compound tires. So, nonetheless, Eagle is now on a lap. Good rotation. And good exit as well. To the toaster. Now up to Understeer City. A bit nervous, but nonetheless, still good. It doesn't seem to have much confidence, but it's Q1, of course. You want to be easy on it.
Yeah. So, a lot of the drivers now that are yet to set a lap are out from the pits. We have our previous race winner from last week, Tricks and Pines, who has changed his name to IFC Pines, or Fraud and Pines as we like to call him. He is normally up there at the sharp end of qualifying, so expect to see him set a really strong lap time. He is out on his outlap now, but we will go on board with Biddle, who looks to be going quite slowly as I assume he's made a mistake, so we will leave him to come back round and set another lap, and we will go on board with Dykers, who I said earlier is making his debut in FPRL tonight. So we will give him a nice little bit of screen time here and see what he can do in his first lap in Q1.
Tijim has gone out.
So coming into the third sector now, it's a 50.7 middle sector for the Aston Martin driver, which I know is not the fastest of middle sector times. He'll be looking to make up a bit of time in this third sector. What sort of cut-off time do you think we're looking at for this session? I think maybe mid to late 16s will be enough to get you through. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say high 16s probably.
Yeah, as I said earlier, we will only be losing 2 drivers.
Wait, Tijim is now on a lap. Let's see. Yeah, he seems to be committed on these curbs. A bit of hesitation on the exit, nonetheless. Oh yeah, he's confident. The car doesn't seem to be very stable. Oh, just touched the grass. Wow. 15.1, that's a good lap. By Taint, like on the soft as well. Nonetheless, going back to Tijim. Oh! Yeah, the car seems unstable.
I have to let you know, Ali, that this corner TJ is going around now, this right-hander, that is actually TJ corner. You referred to it earlier as Oversteer City, but that is actually TJ corner. And there will be a few... Oh! Someone was off in the grass there on the inside. I think that was Dykers. Just letting TJ pass. I don't think TJ will be setting that strong of a lap here, as he did make 2 quite big mistakes in that middle sector. But nonetheless, we will see what lap time he is able to set as he comes across the line for a 15.6, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be, granted the mistakes. So obviously a lot more time in the locker here for TJM. We have Scotsman, who is on his third lap on his tyres now. He's actually 3 temps down on his Delta, so we will move on to Silverside Boy, who has ditched the medium tyres and is onto the soft. So I'll let you jump on board with the Alpine driver, and you can take us through. You can take us through the second half of this lap with the Alpine driver.
All right. Oh, Yeah, that is a bit too slow. Not too slow, but he wasn't very confident with the fast chicane. Nonetheless, he's up on his time, 24.7 in the first sector. That's still good. Oh, he's braking and throttling at the same time. That's weird. Nonetheless, coming through TJ corner now. Does he take it well? Yeah, just about. What is his middle sector gonna be? Oh, that's a 15 flat. I think that's the fastest we've seen so far. A bit of oversteer.
Yep,
He saves it.
7/10 up.
Yeah, that's gonna be P4, I'm guessing. Or P3.
Yeah.
A bit wide.
Still a bit of time to
Second
gain.
last corner. He just about has the confidence to the last corner. Taking a very tight line, and it's 5th place. Very close to 4th.
That's a very decent time there from Silverside Boy. I'm sure he'll be happy with that, and that should be
I think
enough
TJ's also on the
to
lap.
get him through. Yep, TJ.
Yeah, he's taking it
potentially
better
be on.
than last time. Okay, no, he's 1/10 down. What I don't understand is that this is a wheel track. It's better for wheel drivers, but TJ is on his controller today. Maybe he can't find
Is he
the
not
time
on
of the
it?
wheel.
Is he not on his wheel?
No, he's not. He's on his controller.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
he
tend
takes-
to have a.
Did you see how he took this
Ooh.
corner? That
Yeah,
seemed
how-
perfect.
How is he not? How is he not
He's
invalidated?
up on
there?
his time. Oh, that is perfect. That is perfect. To the chicane.
You're gonna commentators curse him so hard here as he comes down into the final
Invalidation
2 corners now.
Is he gonna
Here
invalidate?
comes. This looks like a beautiful second half of the lap here from TJ. If he can come across the line,
It
I'm sure
doesn't
this will
take
be
too much track, but
up there
nonetheless,
as he goes 2/10 faster. Does 15.4
he didn't
very
move
good
up
lap
a
there from
position.
TJ.
But
on the 3rd lap on the soft compound tyre. So that is
he's
very
going for another
impressive.
one. But he doesn't have enough
The-
ERS. Okay, now he backed off.
So we will go on board now with Button, who invalidates, and he's only got 1 minute and 40 seconds left of the session, so he does need to get back round if he wants to set another lap. The other driver who is surprisingly at risk is Jonu Vane, and Jonu Vane has had an excellent start to the season, showing really, really strong pace throughout, and I'm sure he'll be looking to get himself safely out of Q1, as 15th is not where he would want to be. As he comes across the line, and that's more like it with a 15.6. As other drivers
Let's
at risk now. We've got
Go the back to
Button.
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so down towards turn 1 now. The DRS is wide open. It's a very fast, quick left-right, and you need to be very careful on the curbs as they can throw the back end of the car out. As he completes the first sector after the second of the chicanes, takes the inside curbs nicely on both the right and the left, and he is 1/10 up on his time, and at the minute he is going to need to find a lot more improvement if he wants to be through to Q2, as he comes to, as you'd like to call, Understeer City. Takes that corner nicely, not running too wide at all, and now here is where the time can be made on the soft tyres. Up TJ corner now, back end really
That looks
nice
good.
and stable there for Button, as he does a 50.4, and he is 3 tenths up on his time, and he still does need to find some more time here, Button, or he could be in trouble. Right, down towards the last 2 corners now. As I said, he does need to make up some more time, so he needs to fully send it in these last 2 corners. Button, who's normally a very, very solid qualifier,
Oh, he
does
does.
improve up to P10, so the driver at risk now, Ian G. Dykers. Active Fox is out of qualifying. He sets a 17.5 as his best time.
He's out.
Yeah, so Dykers, what can Dykers do? He's out, he is. Yeah, you looked at the time at the top, so...
Gregors
Cool.
is also invalidated.
Yeah, Gregor's invalidated. He's got off with...
Henkes is on the
yeah,
lap.
I'm sure... Yeah, big sigh of relief there, I'm sure, from Gregor's, as he survives by a 10th. Henkes, as you say, is on a lap. He's only 1/10 up on his time. He's a driver who's normally very, very solid in qualifying. And
15.8. Henkes.
Interestingly, Illusions is on an outlap.
Wait, what?
Just to come
okay.
straight back in the pit. Interesting. And so, as I said, that is the end of Q1. So we have lost Dykers, Active Fox, and Lemming. So that is 2 of our debut drivers gone in Q1, unfortunately, as they look to adjust to racing here in FPRL, and that is a pretty harsh welcome.
Button's AI ran out of fuel.
Interesting. But Button was safely through with a 15.7, so separating the top 10 is 6/10. Bit of a gap from 8 downwards, but overall a relatively close qualifying. We look forward to Q2 now.
I'm predicting that 3 drivers will get into the 114s. It will probably be the guys in the top 3. I think Josh Meister definitely has the potential to be up there. XX Mag user as well.
Would you be able to take a screenshot for me of the 3 drivers who were eliminated? Post them in the race results for me.
Alright, I did.
As I said, out in that session is WRL Lemming, Active Fox, and ENG Dykers. So, Ali, our tradition in Tier 2 for the comms is we make our prediction, our top 3 for pole, 2nd, and 3rd. And we make those predictions at the start of Q2. So, as we start this session, obviously we know that no one's going to be trying the medium tyres as it's going to be a wet race. So, it is just strictly a battle of pace and who can hook a lap together. And we all know that you know how to hook a lap together, but can you identify who in Tier 2 is able to do it? So I need a 1st, 2nd and 3rd prediction from you, as I believe we do have a poll coming in the chat relatively soon. So you viewers in the chat can also guess with us who you think will be on poll today.
Taindelate, who's the first guy out at the moment, and then IFC Pines, and...
Is this in order, or is this in any order?
Yes, it's in order. And then for 3rd,
so you have Taindelate for poll.
Yep, and then for 3rd, I would say Tijam.
Alright, so that's a very outside guess there for TJ. I mean, TJ did have the pace in qualifying last season at Imola and unfortunately dropped it in Q3, so he'll be looking to redeem himself, and it's a very solid guess. I know TJ has been putting in the practice midweek and will be looking to... You know, I definitely predict TJ to be in the top 5 also in this qualifying session, but I'm gonna go with Mag User P3, and then I'm gonna go Biddle P2 and IFC Pines P1. That is my prediction. So, 2 drivers hovering over the mediums, interestingly. I'm not sure if any of the drivers today will have the pace to get through on the medium tyres. I mean, I was not present last night, but I don't think anybody got through on the mediums, did they? Great answer there. Right, so as you can see, chat, we have got the poll open. So if you pull it up there, David has nicely left you with 5 options to choose from. As I said, my vote is going to go to Fraud and Pines. And we will see as this qualifying session unfolds who will be on poll today. So we'll have a look in the chat whilst we wait for some drivers to set a lap. We have Collateral Ads cheering on his friend Silverside Boy. He said isn't too confident of Silverside Boy's wet race pace. We'll see as that unfolds in the race just what pace he does have, or doesn't have, should I say. As Taindelate goes for a fraudulent little spin there at the chicane. Unluckily for him, you've caught that on stream, and he is hopefully going to avoid the embarrassment as Silverside Boy has invalidated. Next in line, we have Gregors, who is coming up TJ corner now. The back end looking very nice, and he invalidates. It looks like I am cursing absolutely everybody. Henker's next, coming up TJ corner. Is he going to invalidate as well? No, that is very clean and tidy there from Henker's, who sets a 50.4 for the second sector. David saying no love for Taint. Well, how can you love someone who's spinning out in Q2? I mean, I'm just a dirty little glory hunter, David, hence why I support the franchise. Anyway, Taint the Lake comes over the line with a 1:47.2. It's a cracking lap time from the AlphaTauri driver. Now Henker's over the line, so it's a 15.5, so it's still about half a second off the pace of what we'd really be expecting from these boys in Q2. So, ENG Illusions obviously making a mistake on his lap, I presume, and is looking to... Interestingly, the time on the top right, it says he's 53 seconds into the lap. Somehow he's invalidated. Oh dear. Not ideal. So, Button on a lap. He is coming into the third sector now, really attacking that inside curb. Ali, if you're still here, I believe your mic is muted. Either that or you have...
Oh shit! I was commentating the whole. I was like talking the whole time, but I didn't realize that. I said that
you were talking over me as well.
Yep. I said that every time I spectate Illusion, the game is very glitchy. So like, he's already in the middle sector.
I just noticed that as well.
He's already in the middle sector, but it says he's 16 seconds into the lap, and when he started his lap, it said it was 1 minute into the lap.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when he comes across the line. I mean, when he came across the line, it said he was invalidated for me.
And also, his first lap seemed good, but he just backed out.
Now it says invalidated. Now it says invalidated again.
What?
But he was going down the straight. I'm interested to see what happens when he comes across the line. As Silverside Boy sets a 15.8,
IFC
Button
Pines
16.3.
49 in the middle sector. Oh,
here we go. Tricks and fraud. Here he is. My choice for pole position. Obviously, I choose Pines every single week. Nice little exit there. He comes across the line just enough ERS to finish the lap and has 15.2. So he's still a tenth away from
still no
Q1 time. Yeah.
Let's go to Tijem. He's getting... Oh, he's invalidated. Never mind.
He will come across the line though to start another lap, so we can stay on board with the current driver as he goes for a second lap.
Does he have enough DRS? I mean ERS. He's on 40%. I don't think he does.
I think if he turns it off into the hairpin at the end of sector 1, I think he will have enough.
Yo! That was close.
Yeah, then he backs out. So Joshua Meister is next up to start a lap.
Tijem Charger ERS.
He was finishing a lap. That was 15.7 for the Aston Martin driver. Not a bad time indeed. So what are we saying for a cut-off time for this session, do you think, Ali? Do you think you have to be in the 15s to make it through here?
No, I think high 15s. So, I'll say Junivane is already somewhat in danger. Oh yeah, he probably is. And then, yeah, he'll probably go for another lap as he's already out. No, he's 4 seconds off his time. Is this an in lap or is he gonna go for another one?
So interestingly, Mag User is having a go on the medium tyres now. There is only
24.6 is so good.
Yeah, Mag User is gonna see if the gamble will pay off. I mean, he is one of the faster drivers in this tier.
Spinalla into TJ corner. Now he takes it well. it's gonna be a
Yeah,
50.9.
50.9
He's a
is
bit off.
slow.
He had a good first sector.
Yellow flags absolutely everywhere on the track. I really don't know what is going on. There's definitely no crashes as we will... Well, I'm going to go on board
No, it's
with
just Hank
Gregors
has.
now.
It's just Hank has who just sold down to give someone
So,
space.
Gregors with a 24.5 for the first sector.
Yeah, that's decent.
Pretty strong indeed as he comes into the fast left-hander. Takes it quite wide, but also doesn't use up a lot of curb on the exit. So I think Gregor's not really getting the maximum out of that corner, but also taking TJ corner very nicely indeed. As he comes up the hill with a 50.5, which is not too strong for the middle sector. And we'll see what he can do towards the rest of the lap. I'm sure he will be looking to improve on this as the session goes on. So double left-hander now, and a little bit wide, lucky not to invalidate there, but gets a nice exit. He is going to set a 15.7, so
Pain
not
delayed
bad
is on a
time there
lap,
from
but
Gregors.
Pain delayed is on a lap, but he seems really nervous on this one after the first lap. So it's like he lost confidence. Nonetheless, that's a 15.2 from Joshua. Yeah, I told you he was fast. Okay, Pain delayed just picked up a bit of slipstream from some car. I think it was from Eagle. Nonetheless,
So
let's see how he
Tank
takes the
Delate
last
will
two
be
corners.
looking to get into the 15s here, preferably. Magyus are quickly getting out the way of the Aston, not the Aston, the AlphaTauri driver.
Really hesitated, yeah.
The line. Yeah,
He can go a lot
15.5,
faster.
good time.
He can go a lot faster. I know it. He was just really nervous. As he's going for another one, you can already see how much more curbs he's taking. This seems a lot better than the first one.
Looks like...
Oh, just a bit wide.
Looks like Eagle is on a lap as well. He's near enough a 10th up on his time after the first sector. We'll see after the second sector he's 2/10 up. That would leave him at a 15.9, so I'm sure he'll be hoping to improve a bit more as he will not gain any positions with a 2/10 improvement. He's down to 5% ERS though. Recharge a little bit of that onto the brakes now into the final two corners. As he comes round, and he is going to come across the line. He's going to be in the 15s, but it's going to be a 15.8, and that takes him above Janu Vane. But as you said, still in danger.
Let's look at Biddle.
To come back in.
Biddle with a 24.3.
Yeah, really strong for the first sector. Obviously, the second sector is where he made his mistake previously in the qualifying session, so he'll be looking to improve. Really attacking that inside curb and the exit as well, really maximising the speed that he can throw the car into those corners. Up TJ corner now, really close to the track limits on the exit, but keeping it within bounds for a 50.0. Yeah.
Oh.
Gregors choosing to retire in the pits. He has had enough of this qualifying session. Yeah,
he's gonna drop out.
He's gonna gamble on a 15.7. You think he drops out? And I'd have to agree. I think
definitely
that will not be enough.
I mean, Biddle
comes across the line
will probably
now.
be ahead of him because this seemed like a good lap. He's already the fastest.
Yeah, very good lap.
Did he? I think he matched the Q1 time of Taint Lights.
That is close to Taint
Lights
Q1 time.
Q1 time was 0.172.
It was Yeah.
Pines is on the lap. It's a 49.7. Oh, okay, he went wide.
Oh, he's gone really.
Oh, he didn't invalidate.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We've caught that on the stream.
I did.
Yeah, I've caught that as well.
Should I clip it?
That's okay, we have it in the stream.
Oh, almost going into the
15.0 there from Pines. Albeit with a very big track extension there from Pines.
He did lift off a bit, but still seemed like he gained time.
Yeah. definitely gaining time through there, but nonetheless, 15.0, and that's our fastest
Okay, Tane
time
Delight
so far.
has a 24.2. Okay, yeah, not too much apex speed through the toaster. Nonetheless, going into Understeer City, he does seem confident. Now into TJ corner. Will he spin? He doesn't.
Nice and easy through there, actually. Not really looking to.
It's a 50 flat.
He's a 10th up. Taking the chicane very nicely. Fishsticks has decided that 15.5 will be enough to get him through, albeit he does not have time to come back out, so there is no point in him staying active in this session. We have everyone else other than Biddle and Joshua Meister is out on track at the moment. Taint Delate is looking to set his last lap time of the session, I believe, and he has gone a 15.3 on 4 lap old tyres.
Okay, Hank is in on the rates. Silverside Boy backed out.
I have to apologise, viewers. I've missed it, but TJ has binned it.
Oh no!
At TJ corner.
I guess it's gonna. The corner's just gonna. Yeah, he lives up to the corner's name. Nonetheless, XX Mag users on the lap.
Yeah, we do have Scotsman looking to set his first lap.
Why did he go so wide? Still P5 with a 15.3.
So Scotsman comes around the last 2 corners now, a bit of understeer and a bit late on the brakes into the first of the left-handers, but he is going to come across the line.
That's fast.
He go fast enough?
No.
Ooh, he has maybe enough ERS.
I think he does. He's gonna run out of it, but he can definitely improve on the lap. He already took the first 3 corners really well. Confidently there. 24.5, so 1/10, more than 1/10 up on his time. Well, going into Understeer City, let's see how much curve he does take on the inside. Again, quite confident. Will he bin it in TJ corner now? Oh, that was a good amount of rotation through there. Picks up a bit of slipstream. A 50.2. He's 2.3 tenths up on his time. Oh, the car seems to slide a lot through that chicane. Nonetheless, he's taking a very tight line. Going into the last 2 corners, he broke a bit too early. Doesn't use too much track. Just about does it well. He still improved, but there's definitely a lot more to this time. Nonetheless, he's out.
Eagle just misses out in P11.
Ooh.
So that is the end of qualifying 2 then. So TJM, Gregor, Scotsman, Johnny Vane and Eagle all out. And you see Eagle misses out there by 12 thousandths of a second. He is going to be gutted, and it's not even like he's going to get the strategic pole position, as it is going to be a wet start to the race. So, as we predicted, everyone trying the soft tyres. Johnny Vane, interestingly, trying 5 laps on 1 set of softs. Maybe just didn't have another set, but TJM, lucky for you, you did not get caught crashing on stream for once. But if it had to be somewhere, it had to be TJ corner. And we'll see what he can do in the race. Obviously, I will assume there will be some safety cars based off the wet weather. But
how's Engelusion? Engelusion is on a outlap.
He did this last session.
His game is really glitchy, as it seems like.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just commentate on this lap, but
I think you can save your breath, mate. Save your voice.
Oh, okay. That was weird.
What? Did he just
if you look at his wheel, if you look
Wait,
at his wheel, it says
on.
pit limiter on his wheel.
He's got the pit limiter
What
on.
the? What is going on? It says pit.
He's got the pit limiter on. Oh,
and now
he's gone. He's on. He's in the pits. He's in the pits now. He's in the pits.
He's,
Box.
he's running
He's in
a
the pits.
different version of the game.
Okay, if you could take another picture
Yep, I'll
of the
do it.
bottom 5. Yep, lovely. So, top of that session with a 15-0, albeit he fraudulently cheated to get that lap time, was IFC Pines, Biddle in P2, Joshua Meister P3. So that is just 5/10. Well, we'll exclude out IFC Pines from this session, the dirty fraud. So we'll go from 2nd to 10th, separated by 4/10. Anything to note? No, just TJ fraud on the terminal damage. Other than that, out of qualifying is Eagle, Johnny Vane, Scotsman, Gregors, and TJM. So, yeah, I mean, if possible, at the start of this session, Ali, just keep an eye on Illusions, see what's happening with his car.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, he's very much desynced from this lobby, I think. I mean, putting the pit limiter on around Sector 2 is an interesting tactic, if you ask me. So, as this session starts, I am going to the litter tray for a wee, so I will leave you.
The hatch is coming out.
I will leave you to commentate on some outlaps whilst I go for a wee.
Your fish sticks is out. And Silverside Boy as well. Alongside the late. And the XX Mag user. No, Biddle, sorry. So, first one out is, it's fish stick. Second driver from Merck last season. As David was first, of course, the GOAT. So... he isn't warming up his tires. Maybe he'll do it by the end of the lap, but having warm tires in Q3 is crucial. His tires are going to be ice cold, fish sticks. Warm your tires! Oh god.
Right, I am back. So,
nonetheless,
who is first out on track?
Fish sticks, but he's going to be on ice cold tires as he was driving really slow, but at the same time not warming up his tires.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll go on board with the Haas driver.
I guess less wear.
I'll take you through this lap. Yeah, less wear, but as you said, that crucial tyre temperature that is all important around this track as he goes nice and steady through turn 1 and 2. A very nice line through there. Maybe not the optimum amount of speed through there, but the line itself was very nice and tidy as he again taking it nice and tidy, runs wide and invalidates.
By millimeters.
So
now Silverside Boy is second.
So, yeah.
24.4, it's quite decent. I'll get the rotation as he touches the inside curve. Now running up to Understeer City. Oh, he just touches the grass again, but nonetheless, takes a good amount of curve, quite confident through there. KJ corner, he doesn't spin, although this is the apex, nonetheless, still a good exit. It's going to be a 50.4 middle sector. Good amount of speed through the slow chicane, nonetheless. Now coming down to the last two corners, how nervous is he gonna be? He brakes, yeah, he doesn't brake too early or something. Takes a good amount of track, misses the inside curves, but nonetheless, still looked very clean. And it's gonna be a 15.6. Biddle with a
then comes across the line.
15.2. Who's next?
Joshua Meister, 15.1.
Ooh.
For the Aston Martin driver with the second fastest qualifying time of the event so
Pines
far.
with a 50 flat. Middle sector. Oh, yeah, that looks like a good lap. That looks like a good lap.
Not quite as fast as his Q2 time so far, but we'll see we'll see what the fraud can do towards the end of this session. As the
he's confident.
Haas of fish sticks moving out the way nicely. That wasn't fish sticks, that was illusions. But he comes across the line.
Oh, that's
just 30 thousandths away from Joshua Meister. So after the first half of runners completing their laps, we have Joshua Meister from from Biddle.
Illusion is again glitching.
Yeah, I can see that as well. I'm going to go on board with him just for some good content. As, maybe he might turn his pit limiter on in
he's
sector
only
1.
15 seconds into his lap. His sector 1 is 8 seconds faster than Joshua's.
I'm really interested to see what happens.
He's running
in the
a
race.
different version of the game, probably.
Yeah, he's on the Xbox 360, I think.
That looks good, though. Who understood today?
He's on the Xbox 360, up TJ corner now. He runs really wide and
wide.
Steps out on him. Maybe a bit of dirty air there from Pines.
24 in the middle sector.
24-4. I mean, I hope that's his first sector.
Yeah, that's my guess as well.
Yeah.
Henkers
are 50-0.
Still no 14s.
Yeah, interesting. Were you in the 13s yesterday?
Yeah, I did a 13.8.
Okay, you're a fraud. Anyway, across the line now is Illusions, but it's not going to tell us his time until when do we think it's going to tell us his time? It says 52 seconds in the top right.
Yep,
so maybe here. We'll find out his time in about 15 seconds.
Now he's on an outlap. He's on an outlap.
He's on an outlap. Wow. But what is his time?
I've got no clue.
Should we guess? Should we have a guess what his time? All right, in the chat, if anyone wants to have a guess at what lap time ENG Illusions.
15.8.
Oh, there he is. 15.8. Oh, Codemasters. Anyway, on board with Mag User now, as he is yet to set a lap so far. He's following relatively closely behind Fish Sticks. Not close enough to get any dirty air. But, yeah, as David says, the game has no bugs. That is the motto we like to use here at FPRL. That and we race as one. But yeah, the game has no bugs at all, and Mag User is now on to set his first lap. Still 5 minutes left of this session. Provisionally on pole is Henkers on a 15-0.
That looks good from Mag User.
Yeah, very solid little chicane there from Mag User. It's going to look to keep up the momentum for the final part of the lap. Let's have a look. So, comes around the final corner now. Coming across the line, he gets close to the he's going to be close to the 14s, but it's only a 15.5 from Mag User, and needs to quickly get back into the pits to bolt on a fresh set. A soft button is yet to set a lap. He is coming out on the outlap now, though.
Okay, Illusion is gone around.
Yep, he's just started his outlap for me, but he is actually in sector 2. His outlap apparently he's done a 20. Okay, yeah, his outlap apparently he's done a 24.4.
What? Did you see that?
Oh, the pit limit is on. The pit limit is on. A 26. What?
Did you see that? He wasn't.
He's done a 26.1 lap time.
He was in the first sector, then a William just drove through him, and then he glitched, and now he's in the second sector, driving with the pit limiter on.
Oh, Button he's in the second sector with the. Did you see he's just done a 26.1 lap time? 26 second lap time. What a lap. What a lap.
Now he's on the session.
We're gonna give him driver of the. You're gonna have to invite him back, by the way.
Oh, okay. It says he joined the session.
Yeah, send him an invite just in case.
Okay, 1 sec.
Maybe on your recent players, but wow, what a lap time. Driver of the day from ENG Illusions. We're gonna get him in on the interviews just for that pole time. What a time. Anyway, Taint Delay apparently has done the fastest lap, even though it's not.
Wait, why does it
even though it's not the fastest. Oh no, the lobby.
The lobby's glitched.
He's gone purple with a 15-1, but it's not the fastest time.
This game has no bugs and it's absolutely perfect.
It has no bugs. Well, if anyone said tape delay for pole, technically you're right, but technically you're wrong. Right. Yeah, Snedden, you need to wind your neck into the chat. You should be tier 2, my friend. Fishstick's car apparently is stuck in the pits, according to David. So, Joshua Meister is on a lap. I have no idea what is happening. Sorry, all these viewers trying to get some high-quality commentary, but I'm actually lost for words. I've just seen someone put the pit limiter on and done a 26-second lap time, so obviously you can understand that I am absolutely bewildered as to what on earth is going on here. Henkers also can't leave the pit because the Haas is blocking him. Tape delay has gone pole again.
Are you seeing what I'm saying
with pole?
With Fishstick? Oh yeah, he's finally drove
So yeah, so apparently Fishsticks and Henkers cannot leave.
He said there.
pits.
No, Fishsticks was like in the just
Henkers
outside
can
the
leave.
garage.
Fishsticks can't leave the pits.
It's not that he can't leave the pits, but he was stuck outside the garage. And then his teammate just got through him and then went into the garage. He's finally came in, and it took about it took over a minute for him. He bought that pit stop.
Okay, so Button is on a lap. We'll just go on board with him because I have no idea what is going on anymore. As he comes around TJ corner, understeers horrendously, but he does have the ERS turned off, so it's more than likely that he is charging up for a final run.
Silverside Boy is just coming around.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's starting to
go by the looks of it. Okay, the Red Bulls are very close together. Magyus are right in behind Biddle. We're gonna go on board with Magyus.
Oh god, what is the line that's
very close indeed. So,
that's how we attacked from the Red Bulls. They're just behind each other.
Yeah, I'm sure this one wasn't orchestrated as. Also, I'm not really too sure what's going to happen with pole position here because it is showing that Tank delay purple, yet Henkers has the fastest time. So I'm not too sure.
I'll just take a picture of this in case the game glitches.
Yeah, I think so. We may have a lobby reset, we may not. But still, Magyus are really close to Biddle in front. Magyus are showing a purple middle sector.
If this is the fastest lap, I'm gonna be shocked because usually the dirty air is gonna slow you down a lot.
This would be really impressive from Magyus if he manages to set a solid time.
And he does. He does.
That is what a strategy from Red Bull.
Wait,
we doubted them.
How? How?
What a strategy there from Red Bull.
I don't understand. The dirty air is supposed to slow you down a lot. Like a lot, by maybe 4/10.
So left out on track we have Joshua Meister, who is 1/10 down on his time.
I'll just take a picture of this once again.
Oh, Henkers is 3/10 up on his time. He invalidates.
Oh no!
He invalidates. 2 corners to go. That was the pole position lap as Joshua Meister is the only one else left on track. What can he do to spoil the Red Bull party? And it's not enough. Look at that, the top 6 separated by 2/10.
That's crazy. That's really close.
Oh my god. Yeah, so
Red Bull's
front row locked out by Red Bull.
Red Bull hired Mattia Binotto.
Yeah, what a strategy. We doubted them. We said it was silly, but what a strategy that was. So, we will just wait for the graphic to pop up. We will run you through the top 10 in qualifying.
Are we doing a lobby restart?
I don't believe so.
I'll invite Illusion to the game.
So,
gamer card.
Mag User is on pole with a 14.9. Following him on the front row, we have Biddle on a 15.0. What a lap time for the pair of the Red Bull drivers. Henker's just missing out after narrowly invalidating at the end with a 15.0 as well. Then further down the order, Taint Delate, Joshua Meister and Pines all close together on 15.1s. Then half a second backwards, we've got Silverside Boy, Fishsticks, Button and Desync Pit Limiter Illusion. So, as we gear up to the race, obviously we've been told it's a wet race. So I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen. Right.
Illusion is in.
Good. Yeah, hopefully
It'll be funny seeing Pit Illusion driving at full brace speed.
Is this full wets or?
Yep,
someone
has
readied up. Someone has readied up. Lovely.
I just hope the pit limiter doesn't enable itself for illusion when he's driving at full race pace. Waiting for players.
Somebody has readied up.
Come on, guys. Okay, never mind. Now they're ready up. It says starts in 25 seconds. Or is the lobby glitched? We'll see.
Yep, the timer is reset.
If it resets one more time, then the lobby's definitely up for a restart.
Yeah.
10, 9. Okay, there we go.
What happens? Okay, yep, they're on the grid now.
Okay, there goes Mag User. Okay, it's Inter's actually.
So, do you want to run us through the grid order, and then I will take us through the start of the race?
WRLL is starting last because he had a quality ban. If everyone ahead of him retires, then it's P1. Nonetheless, Active Fox in P17. Diker's in 16th. Tijim, who sadly retired in his own corner, is in P15. Gregor's in P14. Scotsman is in P13. And Junivane is 12th. Eagle is 11th. Illusion is still standing on the grid. You know, he's in 10th. And the button is in 9th.
Those tyres are going to be cold.
Freezing cold. Fishsticks in 8th.
We have a spinner in the background.
It's Mercedes.
Johnny gone for a spin.
No, like Silverside Boy, my Alpine teammate in another tier is in P7. Pines is in P6. Joshua's in P5. Taint Delate, who was my first pole prediction, is in P4. Henkaz P3 would have been an awesome lap if he didn't invalidate, sadly. And then the Red Bull Tactics is a 1-2 for Red Bull, with Biddle in second and Mag User in first. Okay, Illusion is finally driving. Oh, this is gonna take a long time before he comes back to the grid.
So thank you for that, Ali. I will take us through the start of the race and see what crazy antics are going to unfold. Hopefully we will get a clean getaway and that car of ENG Illusions won't cause too many problems. Obviously these drivers on the grid are going to have some freezing cold intermediate tyres by the time that Haas comes round. As he takes a nice little Sunday drive round to the grid.
He's outsmarting the Red Bull strategies. I think he'll get a penalty for that, unless his game was just glitching. Then probably get a warning. Illusion has just joined, what? Oh god.
So this isn't actually him driving around, interesting.
Does he have network issues or? It's a game just on another version.
He also has the fuel light on.
What the hell? I hope he doesn't run out of fuel mid-race.
Right, so it will get us ready for the start of the races. Illusions comes round to meet the back of the grid. As we said before, the tyres are going to be freezing as he joins up into his grid slot. So we have Maguser on pole. It is an all Red Bull front row. We are hoping for a nice clean getaway. So when we're ready, we will get the lights go out. So it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, and it's 5 red lights. What is this camera angle?
Oh, come on.
Here we
finally.
go. We have got a good camera angle.
So really well. He's already far ahead of...
start.
Oh, Biddle, he dropped down to 7th. He's probably going to drop down even more. They
Biddle
keep it clean through turn 1. Josh Lower Meister, no! Oh, just about saves it. He went over the sausage curve. Somebody spun. No, nobody spun. Gregor's in last now. Wait, what's going... Okay, never mind. Nonetheless,
okay, so,
Maguser's already 8/10 ahead of Henkaz.
Gained. We have got Biddle down 5 places off the start. Not the sort of start he'd have wanted, but from the back of the grid we have drivers such as Dykers and Lemming who've had an excellent start. I don't know if you've had a look at Illusions at all, but he looks to have had a relatively decent start. He looks to still be part of the lobby, so it seems like that issue has resolved itself. But Maguser getting the start that he would have wanted, and he has already pulled a 1.1 second gap to Henkers, and a further 1 second back now to Tank Delay as they look to spread out. But other than that, it looks like it has been a fairly neat and tidy lap 1 from Tier 2, as Joshua Meister is on the back of Pines, and he will be looking to dispatch of the Williams driver relatively soon. I see some battling in the background from the likes of TJ, Dykers and Lemming as they navigate the final 2 corners, as Maguser comes over the line to lead them away for lap number 2. Joshua Meister is very, very close now to the back of Pines. Joshua Meister, you do not want to be out there, my friend. Will Silverside Boy look to capitalise on that little mistake there from the Aston Martin driver? Ooh, that is not the sort of line you want to be taking through there, my friend. Nonetheless, he managed...
Almost lost it.
Silverside Boy. I'm sure he'll need a change of overalls there, as that is a huge moment on the exit there of the hairpin coming into Sector 2. Now Lemming is really close and in behind Sticks. As you say, Maguser is pulling away. That is a 2.5 gap in under 2 laps. As that, we have to be nearly 3 wide. Lemming is going to have a look around the outside. Fishsticks defending nicely. And Dykers goes up the inside of Lemming. And TJ is going for a spin. It's not TJ corner.
Wait. Was it? No, it's not.
And in the background, Johnny Vane also having a spin. But
does he have wing damage? His wing seems fine.
He didn't get as far as the wall, luckily, but
Maguser's already 2 seconds ahead.
He has lost a heap of time. Biddle is going to look to rebuild what was a disastrous lap 1 2 weeks in a row. But if we know Biddle, he's one of the calmest and most consistent drivers on the grid, and he will be looking to chip away at the drivers in front. He is on the back of Silverside Boy now. Silverside Boy has lost 2 seconds now to Joshua Meister in front. Clearly struggling. Yeah, as you're right, clearly struggling in the wet, as Biddle will be looking to dispatch of him fairly early on, because he does not want to let the drivers in front pull away too much. He doesn't want to leave a gap that is going to be too much to bridge. And we think, if we look to the strategy now, I mean, we see everyone on the intermediate tyres, but how long do we think this rain is going to stay out, and if and when
probably until lap 15
going to choose the dries? Yeah, I think.
Joshua Lowe, the 3 seconds time penalty. Biddle's gonna have a hard.
Boy.
Yep, Biddle's gonna have a hard time getting past him. We've seen that the Alpine is 6 meters wide from Fernando and Esteban Ocon, and
Yes.
and it's I hope he can defend against, so that it's just points for Alpine then.
Oh, you can't be too biased.
Nah, just kidding. But of course, points for Alpine makes me happy because there was no point for them in Tier 1 for the last 2 races. 2 races because. For the left. I just realized that. So that's sad.
Yeah. So another driver that we are seeing struggle here is Taint Delay. And he has got a little group behind him of Pines and Joshua Meister. And as you said, it's going to be so difficult to overtake in these conditions without the DRS. So
indeed,
the likes of Button behind Illusions here, are they going to be able to make them?
I hope them all
when the opportunities.
Taint Delay almost lost it, and he lost the position. And then. Although he wasn't really struggling, he was keeping the same gap to Henkes, and Henkes is now 21 second gap of Mag User. I think he made a mistake.
Yeah, so Taint Delay making a mistake there, and IFC Pines has
also,
made
Biddle has lost a lot of time to Silver Cycle. It's all in the same corner.
Yeah, Biddle seems to be struggling in that final sector. As Henkers sets the fastest lap of the race, getting into a rhythm now. He's got that gap down to 1 second from Mag User. So it looks like as we go further into this race onto lap 5 now, Henkers is starting to get into the groove. But as I say that, Mag User pulls out 3/10. Mag User pulls out 3/10 in the first sector. So if we look at the position changes board, we have Lemming up 5, Lemming up 6, I should say. And that is probably our best performer.
Josh Lowe,
so
Meister,
and
Taint Delay. They were going wheel to wheel. Joshua just stopped better of it. I hope Taint Delay doesn't lose it now going through the TJ corner. Yeah, he does do it well.
He is close. Will Joshua Meister get a decent run up towards the chicane? He's not going to be close enough there, but surely. Yeah, Biddle in a
race on
his own at the moment.
Nightmare 5 laps for Biddle. TJ is right behind Gregors as well. Any side by side going on? Oh, Dykers almost loses it, nonetheless.
So we have got a gap at the front now of 8/10 as Pine sets the fastest lap of the session. As I said, I'm not sure what you think, but the rain seems to be getting lighter.
Oh yeah, it does.
It was at the start of the race, only
Pines!
6 laps in.
Pines! Oh, he takes it. Nonetheless, it seems to be getting a lot closer in the top 3 and top 4 now, as Taint Delay is just 3/10 behind Pines.
Yeah, so Taint Delay looking to make the most of.
It's gonna be dry by lap 14, I think. But what happened?
We'll see. I think if. Oh no! I think
what
Illusions
happened?
is desyncing.
Oh,
Illusions went down to.
I think the whole grid just glitching.
Illusions just dropped to 18th and then back up to 8th. Hopefully these problems are not going to continue as Scotsman manages to get around the outside into the second sector. Gets past Dykers. What a move from Scotsman as that puts him up into 13th. And he got a nice little track limits warning to congratulate himself there. As you hinted to earlier, we've got TJ on the back of Greg as the gap only 4/10 now. TJ looking to rectify the pretty disastrous start as Mag Users decided to up the pace to a 25.3.
Yep, the track is definitely getting drier. You can see fast getting posted now.
The fuel loads are coming down, the tyres are up to temperature, and the conditions are improving, and thus the lap times are tumbling down. We are into the 25s now, and I'm sure as the conditions improve, I mean, I think the tyre wear around here is not too harsh, so they will be looking to stretch these intermediates till the dries, I'm sure.
Although from my race yesterday, the front right seems to work down a lot.
So Dykers on the back of Scotsman again. These two having a nice little battle that's stretched over a lap now. As
illusion glitching all the time.
Yeah, luckily he has a 2-second gap back to Button and a 3.7 gap in front of him, so his car being all alone as Scotsman makes a big mistake there into TJ corner, and Dykers is going to look to get past.
Can we interview him?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think on his screen, more than likely, he is just racing a normal race. So, closest battle on track we have in a minute is Lemming and Fishsticks. Lemming getting a really strong exit. Both drivers look to be using their ERS. Lemming turns his off. Quite a few drivers now. We're up to 8 drivers who have already got a penalty. Interestingly, Illusion's tyres are 6 laps old and everyone else is a 7.
Also, what do you think of the new F1 cars for 2022? Okay, yeah. Illusion is now in P18. He's 4 seconds behind Junivane. But nonetheless, what do you think of the new F1 cars in 2022?
I don't really like the look of them, I'll be honest.
Oh god.
As we have just missed, it must have been a mistake from Henkers as Pines has got up into P2.
Oh yeah.
Tank delay isn't then on the back of Henkers, and that gap now to the front is 3 seconds to Mag User.
He's flying. Oh,
yeah,
tank delay locks up massively.
Not too sure what happened there with Henkers, but he has made a crucial mistake and he's given up P2 to Pines. So we'll take a quick look at the penalties. I don't think anyone has more than one. Oh, actually, Dyker's up to 6 seconds already. Active Fox, Scotsman, Lemming, Illusion, Silverside Boy, Josh Meister, and Taint all on 3 seconds so far. And it is only lap 9, so expect to see them.
Biddle just dropping back. I hope it gets better.
He's running
3 seconds.
Running a race of his own at the minute.
Yep.
3 seconds back from Silverside Boy, but also 4.2 back from Illusions. As Biddle loses the back end again on the exit of the hairpin. Really, really struggling in these wet conditions. As I don't know about you. Again, the rain seems to be easing off. It is still coming down, but we can't be a million miles away from the track starting to dry. As soon as that rainfall stops, I'm sure these cars will shift that standing water relatively quickly. As I believe someone made a little mistake there at the chicane, as there was a local yellow, which has quickly been moved, as Active Fox is holding up a tiny little train of Gregors and TJM. As TJ struggling to get the car stopped again into the chicane. So
it seems close between the guys from 15th to 17th.
Yeah, TJ is well and truly stuck behind Gregors and Active Fox. As I said, we'll struggle really to see any overtaking until that DRS is active. We have Eagle and Button running a race of their own at the minute, a big gap in front and a big gap behind, so just looking to follow each other around and take the race as quickly as possible.
Junivane.
As
Oh,
Lemming getting really, really close onto the back of Fishsticks now. He has been stuck behind Fishsticks for many a lap and yet to really find an opportunity past
Oh
the
no,
Haas
Biddle.
driver.
Biddle's having a
Still the
horrible
top,
race.
still the top three yet to get a penalty.
Yeah, nobody can challenge Mag User. He's just flying.
Will Lemming have a look up the inside here of Fishsticks? He decides against it, probably the smart option. Fishsticks looking to get a very good exit here as they go down into the double left-hander. The track obviously still improving as Pines goes purple again. Here we go.
Okay,
Out the
Lemming
exit of the
got a
final
good
corner
exit.
now.
Is the slipstream gonna help him? Will we see an overtake here? He's not closing up too quickly. It doesn't seem like. Six seems to be running downforce.
Yeah, so Fishsticks obviously having that straight line speed that is enough to keep Lemming at bay. Hopefully, as the rain begins to lighten up, that we should see some DRS active as Lemming gets a bit squirmy on the exit there. And that seems to be our only action on track at the minute, as this is a pretty processional race, this one. As, yeah, not much action on track as Lemming gets really close to the back of Fishsticks into TJ corner. Still stuck behind the Haas driver, and I'm sure it's getting really, really frustrating now for the McLaren. So, back at the front, we have Mag User with a 3.6 second gap to Tricks and Pines. You still there, Ali? So, Lemming now really close once again into the second sector. He's going to have a look down the inside. And he gets the move done. What a move. Fishstick's not really leaving him a lot of space and squeezing him to the inside. Who is going to be later on the brakes here into the left-hander. Fishstick's going to look to hold it around the outside, but Lemming making a crucial move. What a move there from Lemming. As he gets up into the last points paying position in P10. So Fishsticks finally getting the worse off in that battle with Lemming, and Lemming, as you can see, already 1.2 down the road. So next up in line in the Fishsticks train is Scotsman. I'm not sure if Fishsticks is struggling a bit for tyre wear or tyre temperature or what it may be, but he is now going to be in trouble as Scotsman has the ERS turned on and he is going to get sent round the outside of Fishsticks. Fishsticks not going to keep his nose in there. What a move round the outside at turn 1 there from Scotsman, as we'll go on board and see that there is no more rain falling. So how long will it be? We'll keep the tyre graphic up and we will keep an eye on who is in the pits and who is not. As we will see probably drivers towards the back maybe look to gamble early doors onto the soft compound tyres. Obviously we're on lap 13 now, so I expect to see once the dries come that the drivers will look to maybe go onto the medium tyres, as they will get them to the end and they will only have to make the one stop in this race as leaders come across the line. None of them yet to choose the pit. You're looking at drivers like Biddle, like Silverside Boy, who can't quite make it up to the front. Maybe look to use the alternate strategy of maybe boxing early for the weather. maybe catch the front runners off guard. But yeah, struggling, I think, throughout this wet stint is Biddles. We have fish sticks into the box. We will have a look at what tyres the Haas driver chooses. So it is the mediums. Is the track dry enough? We haven't seen DRS enabled yet, so we'd have to think that, you know, it's a little bit too early, but Fish Sticks obviously was struggling on those intermediate tyres, and this could start the pit lane madness, as during that pit stop we did see Pines pick up a 3-second penalty, and that is going to be very detrimental to his race, as a 3-second time penalty is, you know, got that gap up now to up to 6.5 once you apply the penalty, and could potentially lose him some positions further back from Henkers and Taint Delay, as Joshua Meister goes fastest with a 25.1. We will keep an eye on Fish Stick's lap times. We will go on board with him and just see how he's managing with a grip, as he is gingerly making his way through the second sector now. Will anyone else look to dive into the pits, as looks like Joshua Meister has made a crucial mistake just after setting the fastest lap of the race as well, so just as he gets in the groove, looks like he is struggling as the DRS is enabled. Biddle is going to have a look down the inside as many drivers are into the pits, and you will expect to see many of the other drivers now, that especially the front runners, enter the pit lane for the mediums. Everyone choosing the mediums so far. Biddle not managing to get past Joshua Meister after that mistake. So it'll be interesting what happens at McLaren. Obviously they're quite close together. We have to think in terms of the double stack. Other teams that may be prone to some time loss through to the double stack is the Red Bulls, but I think they've got a big enough gap to get both Mag User and Bill out quickly. So into the box comes the leaders. Will anyone bottle it with a speeding fine? No, looks like everyone's in relatively cleanly. So, pit lane madness going on. Mag User in and out safely. And back onto the track on the medium tyres. In second, Pines, then Henkers, closely followed by Taint Delay. Lemming looking to stay out another lap. Oh, and Mag User is stuck right behind the intermediate runner of Lemming, and he is not going to like that, as Pines is now only 1.7 behind. How much time will Mag User lose behind Lemming? Oh, Lemming is really struggling now as he goes around the left-hander. Mag User is going to have to use a bunch of ERS. Will Lemming stick his nose around the outside? He won't. Pines will be slipping Lemming a far, and I take it back as Pines loses the back end there, and bottle job Pines has binned it. And that is a lot of debris out on the track. Maybe a virtual safety car. Button has gambled on the softs. Pines fraud, everybody. I'd like to see a Pines fraud in the chat. Yeah. And that will be straight into the pits for another set of tyres. For the Williams driver, Silverside Boy, I'm sure will happily take that position as Lemming comes into the pits finally. Ali, my friend, no, I cannot hear you. I haven't been able to hear you for some time, as Silverside Boy is up into P5. Henkers, after gaining some time initially, as Mag User was held up by Lemming. Matt Henkers is now just 2.6 behind Mag User, and we will start to see who has the pace in the dry. So, big winners from that pit window. I mean, TJ up to P12. Dyker's on his debut up to P10. I mean, Lemming has stayed out that extra lap and has decided to put the softs on, so we'll see how fast he manages to get through the field. I'm sure Button must have had an accident as he was out on the softs, but has decided to come back in for the mediums. Interestingly. So, bear with me, guys. I need to invite my co-coms back to the party. So, Henker's setting the fastest lap at 18.6, but expect to see these times quickly fall down as I say that Joshua Meister on 17.8. Lemming is really quickly gone to the back of Scotsman and Eagle, and as the DRS is now active, we will see how quickly he manages to get onto the back and maybe past the Ferrari and the Williams, as Scotsman, as we say that, manages to swiftly get past as Lemming keeps his nose in on the outside. Maybe a bit optimistic there from the McLaren driver, but it's going to turn the ERS on and send it up the inside as Eagle has to back out there, and that could have been very close between the two of them. I mean, I know the contact model is sometimes interesting from Codemasters, but it's interesting to see what is could have been a very big accident there between Lemming and Eagle. Next up on the list for overtakes, we have Fishsticks on the back of Gregors, who's very close, but also on the back of him is Janu Vane. But now, as the DRS is active, it'd be interesting to see if Tate Delate was close enough, and he wasn't. It wasn't within the DRS range of Henker's, but hopefully next lap he will be close enough as Lemming comes around the final corner, and he's really close now to Scotsman. His Silverside boy gets another 3 seconds, but Lemming is going to get that move done really early on. All out of ERS now, but we'll look to recharge some of that as he gets past nicely. So, TJ managing to stretch his legs in front of that group that contains Gregors, Fishsticks and Janu Vane as they hunt down the positions for points. And it'll be interesting to see if Scotsman can hang on the back of Lemming here. Obviously, Lemming is on the fresher and softer compound. Will he manage to stick within the DRS? Because that will be a ticket to some solid points here for Scotsman if he manages to do that. Ali, I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't want to mess up the stream by leaving and joining parties. So if you can, try and sort it out, but I'm going to stick around in this party and just make sure the stream is okay. So Joshua Meister now all over the back of Silverside boy, and I thought there was quite a large gap between the two, but Joshua Meister's either capitalising on a Silverside boy mistake or has just got, you know, superior pace in the dry, and it looks like he's near enough pushing Silverside boy around the first sector. I know these two were teammates last season in Tier 1, both making the switch to Tier 2, and you know, both at the front end of this field, you know, competing for podiums. And as I say this, also Tate Delate is within the DRS of Henker's. Tate Delate does have that penalty, but still anything can happen as all 18 runners are still active. Unfortunately, Illusions is showing as 18th and a lap down, but I can see on track he is sat in P7 in behind Biddle. So, onto the straight. Now, first we will see Tate Delate, as he more than likely has enough overspeed to get past Henker's, and he does. Next along we have Joshua Meister, who breezes past Silverside boy nicely. And then next of all we have Scotsman, who interestingly, has managed to stay within the DRS. Very interesting indeed. So, Scotsman will be looking to stick onto the back of... As I say that, I'm going to interrupt myself as Fishsticks is going to look to go around the outside of Gregors. Oof, late on the brakes. What a move. Johnny Vane, I think, also looked to stick his nose in there, but quickly got told no by Gregors. He lost a heap of time, but TJ is looking to extend that gap as the gap is now at 1.2. Scotsman really close to Lemming, so Lemming is struggling now on the soft tyres. Obviously both drivers out of ERS. Now, will Silverside Boy look to sit behind and save some ERS, or will he breeze straight past Joshua Meister and have a back and forth ding dong battle for the rest of this race? Joshua Meister hugging the inside wall to try and break some of that slipstream. Silverside Boy using all of his ERS. Interestingly, he gets past Joshua Meister. Nice little move there into turn 1. Well done there from Silverside Boy. Other drivers in the DRS will look further back. And again, it's our train of Gregors, Fishsticks and Johnny Vane. This little battle for P12. I'm not too sure if Gregors will get close enough to Fishsticks by turn 1, but we'll go on board with Johnny Vane as he watches this move. Gregors clearly lifting off there as Gregors, I believe, hitting the back of Fishsticks and losing a bit of front wing there. Yeah, definitely saw a bit of debris come off of that car. And I'm sure Johnny Vane also did make contact. I'm not sure if he got damage as well. But Fishsticks was the cork in the bottle there. And that looks to be all she wrote for Gregors if he has to pit for some, for some new carbon fibre. So Joshua Meister with another 3-second penalty. We will. It's a good reminder for me to check the penalties. So Henker's 2 seconds back from taint delay, but there is a 3-second penalty involved. Further back, we have Joshua Meister and Silverside Boy both on 6, so that battle on track is for position. Biddle on 3 seconds, who could, towards the end of the race, look to capitalise, as Joshua Meister is very close to Silverside Boy, as I'm quickly going to invite my co-coms back to the party. So, right, Joshua Meister is on the back of Silverside Boy again. The gap is 2 tenths. These two have been battling backwards and forwards for the last 5 laps or so, and they don't seem to be letting up just yet. And they do have a lapped car in front. I believe it's Active Fox. I'm not sure if Silverside Boy could potentially get the DRS from Active Fox, as what has happened to Taint Delay? What has happened? And he sped into the pits. Now this battle on track could be for the podium, as Joshua Meister looks to send it down the inside, but he lets off just before the braking zone. Now, the gap back to Biddle is 4 seconds, and Biddle has 1 less penalty than the 2 in front, so there is 3 drivers now who have a potential of sneaking onto the podium somehow, as I'm not too sure what's happened to Taint Delay, but he's now put on the soft tyres and I believe front wing change as he comes back out onto the track with Gregors. Oh, that's a nice little camera angle. Gregors and Tricks and Pines just behind. Tricks and Pines on the soft tyre as well. Ooh, didn't underestimate the slower speed of Gregors on the mediums, and somehow manages to avoid him. So let's have that is another edition of Silverside Boy versus Joshua Meister. So down the back straight, the DRS is now wide open for the Aston Martin. Silverside Boy moving over to the left in order to break the toe. I think Joshua Meister is still going to try it around the outside. Lovely move from the Aston driver. So 8% here to the 6 of Silverside Boy. I think this one could come down to the latter laps as we only have 7 laps to go. Further back out of the pits onto the soft tyres we have Fishsticks and Biddle picks up another penalty, and surely that's his chance. Oh, what has happened to Illusions? He's supposedly in the pits, but I can see his car on track. Not too sure what's happening, but we're swiftly moving on. So, in 9th position we have Johnny Vane, but just in behind him, as you see, we have a group of Dykers and TJM and Taint Delate now joining onto the back. We'll quickly check the penalties to see what the situation is. So it's 9 seconds for both Johnny Vane and Dykers. So TJ could be looking at securing a couple more positions here. As Fishsticks gets another 3 seconds. Well, that's his first 3 seconds. I should apologise to Fishsticks. That is his first penalty of the race. Driver's yet to get a penalty. We have Mag User, Inkers, who are P1 and 2, and then Eagle and Gregors. Eagle last week, I believe, made up around 10 positions at the end of the race for not getting a penalty. This week, it looks like he won't improve as many as TJ on the back of Dykers. Now we get close to the inside, and that is interesting, shall we say, from Dykers. Huh. Oh. Well, the virtual safety car is out, ladies and gents. That is interesting, shall we say. So, what are the drivers going to look to do? We will switch from the penalties back to the tyres. So, there are 5 laps remaining as Mag User comes over the line, and the full safety car's out. The full safety car's out, and Mag User has missed. He's missed the pit entry as it changed to the full safety car. So Silverside Boy and Biddle, I think, are going to get a free pit stop onto the softs. Who else is coming in? Lemming is coming in. Scotsman is coming in. I think everyone else is going to come in. So Silverside Boy is going to be the first of the drivers to have a real advantage here for the last few laps of the race. Yeah, get your popcorn ready in the chat. The last few laps here is going to be absolutely crazy, as a few drivers have chose to stay out. Taint Delate, who made that awful mistake and lost a load of positions, is now back up to P5 and on the softs. Dykers, who stuck TJ in the wall, is in P6. And now, so our order after the pit stops, we have Mag User, Henkers and Joshua Meister as our top 3. But now everyone has pitted and we can see all the tyres. We can switch back to the penalties. And we can use this graphic as I'm hoping everyone in the chat, seeing as I'm on my own now, can assist me with the maths. Anyone want to designate themselves as the primary school maths teacher and work out who's going to finish where? That would be lovely, so I can just focus on the racing. So it'd be interesting to see how many laps the safety car does stay out. I'm not sure what happened there with Maggies. We got very close to the moving on. Henkers takes the lead of the race. What a move there on Mag User. Oh my god. So, F1 2021, ladies and gents. So, leading the race now is Henkers. What a move on Magusa. Honestly, Magusa fraud as he's backed out. I mean, he might get all those positions back on penalties, but I'm not sure whether he has damage. I mean, his car has gone all sorts of shapes and sizes there onto the back of the safety car, and here he is in P6. So, we'll run through the penalties. We have Henkers the leader on no penalties with surely the race in his hands. I mean, interestingly, you can see Henkers look at the gap he's leaving to the safety car. He does not want to get near that wrecking ball. David Lawface surprisingly asking for a sponsor. So, I have to do my duty and remind you guys that FPRL is sponsored by Bevy of the Week. And unfortunately, I have never drank a sip of alcohol in my life, nor will I ever drink alcohol in my life. So, Bevy of the Week for me is some sweet H2O. Anyway, moving on, thank you for that word from the sponsors. Is the safety car in this lap? It doesn't look like it is. Illusions, has he got the pit limiter on again? He's at 50 mile an hour. Oh, and he's speeding up again. He's turned the pit limiter back on. Interesting. So, David saying, Kitten chatting blank. I don't know what he's talking about there. So, Joshua Meister is in the box seat. Go back to the tyres. So, Silverside Boy is on the 1 lap old soft tyres. So, let's see what inroads he can make to the drivers in front. Obviously, him and Joshua Meister have been battling all race, but now Silverside Boy has the clear advantage. When we go over the line, there will be 3 laps to go. Can we get a go on Silverside Bottle Job in the chat, everybody? Because if Silverside Boy bottles this, he will never hear the end of it. Albeit he does have 6 seconds of penalties, so we will see what happens. Well, the safety car being this lap, the field has now bunched up. So Active Fox, the last of our drivers. So the driver that is lagging, apparently 3 laps down. Sorry for the technical issues, everybody. Right, I believe we are back. So, safety car in this lap. Here we go, everybody. So, will Gary... I bet his heart is pounding out of his chest. I'll be surprised if his heart is still beating by the end of this. So, I'm not sure what's happened there, but Active Fox has let everyone by. I don't think he was actually in that position to begin with, as a safety car has a huge gap between him and Henkers, surprisingly so. Illusions has retired on track, lovely. So, Henkers leads him away, but it doesn't look to be a great getaway, as Joshua Meister is really, really close to the back of Henkers. We are going to see how close he's going to get by the braking zone. The ERS is turned on, and Henkers, I'm not sure he's going to fight this too much because of the penalty situation, but Joshua Meister has taken the lead of the race. We'll go on board with Silverside Boy as he has a look around the outside and maybe up the inside now. Silverside Boy does need to play this patient. He is on the newer tyres. But Magusa is going to look to rectify that mistake, as I see the front. Silverside Boy, what a move round the outside of Henkers. Henkers gets a 3-second penalty. It is on here, it is on. Who is going to win this race? Get your answers in the chat, everybody. Who is going to win this race? We do have many penalties, so it will more than likely not be what happens on track will be the final result. As I see in the background, Biddle shaping a move onto Magusa. Silverside Boy's gap to Joshua Meister is now 6/10. He does, however, need to pull 3 seconds to Henkers in the coming 2 laps, so he needs to dispatch of Joshua Meister really, really quickly. So he's going to have to burn the ERS here, but it looks like Joshua Meister's light was flashing. So Silverside Boy is going to get the run Here we go, side by side. Joshua Meister, is he going to leave him the room? This is for the lead of the race. Joshua Meister gets shoved a little bit out wide. Henkers is going to look to get the run on Joshua Meister now. Silverside Boy takes the lead of the race, but still, I will reiterate, as Maguser gets a penalty, and now he's going to rue that mistake. So, Henkers now is going to be the only one that could maybe look to stop Silverside Boy from winning this race, but Silverside Boy needs to pull out 1.8 seconds in the next lap and a half if he is going to win this race, and I'm sure he is pushing to the absolute maximum. He's already down to 25% ERS as he is throwing the car through into the third sector now, as Johnny Vane looks to have spun at TJ corner. Hope everyone got through there cleanly. Looks like they have. Back at the front, the gap is now 1.6. Silverside Boy has one lap to pull 1.4 seconds from Henkers. So on to the last lap now. This is lap 32 or 32. The DRS is enabled, but we're not going to see it as there is only one DRS zone on this track. The gap is now 1.8. One lap to go. Will Gary's heart stop, or will it manage to reach 300 beats a minute before exploding out of his chest? The gap is now 2.1. Will Silver Boy push the car to its limit, or will he go beyond the limit? As Henkers looks now like he's stuck behind Joshua Meister, as Lemming is out on the last lap. That is tragic for the McLaren driver, but nonetheless, we are going to pay attention to that gap between Henkers and Silverside Boy. Henkers is stuck. He is stuck behind Joshua Meister. The gap is now 2.5, half a second in the last sector. Will Gary Boy fraud, will Silverside fraud build the gap? It looks like he lost a little bit of time there. He's going to have to really attack that chicane, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The gap 2.4, he's surely not going to make 6/10 up in the final corner, as he comes around the final corner now to win the race on track. But I think it will be Henkers who takes the win of the race, and he does by 3/10. Joshua Meister takes the podium, Maguser and Biddle in 4th and 5th. As Gregors takes P5, but Silverside Boy just needed one more lap maybe, and that could have been his race. But Henkers is your winner. What a race indeed. Gregor's penalty free there makes it up to P5 in the end. What a race. So I will invite the podium sitters. So what a race there. So Henkers is your eventual race winner, so congratulations to him, as we see him on the top step of the podium, joined by the Alpine and Aston Martin drivers who battled for a solid 5 to 10 laps towards the end of that dry stint, and managed to eventually get both of themselves onto the podium. So yeah, what an end to that race. 3 laps at the end after the safety car comes out. Obviously TJ Fraud causing that safety car once again. I mean, you can't go up the inside into the straight. I mean, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but nonetheless, fastest lap going to Pines in the end in P10. So that's going to be 2 points in total. But there you have it. There is the race results. Screenshot these as I don't have a co-coms. Right, so who do I have with me in the party? I've got Henkers and Silverside Boy. We'll wait a couple of minutes, see if our 3rd place man Joshua Meister will join us. So I'm going to move on without Joshua Meister. It doesn't look like he's going to join, but we will give him a quick congratulations for P3, starting P5 on the grid, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that after his 6 seconds of penalties. I mean, that is a solid result, and I believe the first podium of the season. Before I move on to Silverside Boy, can I just check that you guys have both included your audio? Okay, I can't hear either of you. Give me 2 seconds. Hello, Gary. Can anybody hear me? Let me try and fix this. Bear with us, viewers. I am going to try and fix this because we need an interview from Silverside Fraud. Right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, but I can't hear you.
Have you guys included your audio?
Yes.
Alright, lovely. So, yeah, as I said, congratulations to Joshua Meister for P3, but we'll move on to Silverside Boy, who managed to get into the box when the drivers in front couldn't, put on the fresh tyres at the end, which ultimately gave him that advantage, and maybe with 1 lap extra could have won the race. But just talk us through the, we're not going to talk too much about the wet stint, because the wet stint was pretty boring, I'm sure, from your end as well as ours. But as soon as the dries came out, you and Joshua Meister had a really nice battle, and then at the end came in for the fresh soft. So just talk us through the second half of your race.
I was stuck behind Joshua for most of my middle stint, and obviously the safety car came out. It wanted me to go for another set of mediums because I have another fresh set of mediums, but then I noticed that I had a set of used soft. So as soon as I saw Joshua not come in, I dived in pits and put the softs on, because I knew obviously Henkers and Joshua would have really worn mediums, so I knew that I could, if I got past them quickly after the safety car restart, I may have a chance of the win. It was just a little bit of a mistake at the end that I didn't get it.
Yeah, obviously there was a little incident under the safety car with Mag User in the safety car. I'm sure we'll talk a bit more of that when we come on to Henkers, but obviously that benefiting you at the end gave you an extra position, but nonetheless you would have been on the podium, and that's your best drive of the season so far, and I'm sure you must be pleased with it.
Yeah. Obviously a bit frustrated that I couldn't attend last weekend, but obviously my pace wasn't as good as it usually is at Bahrain, so I felt this week I had to improve and kind of show what I can do.
Yeah, so on to next week. We got Portimao. Now, I know a lot of drivers have mixed opinions about the circuit. Obviously, it's not the easiest to drive, but when you hook a lap together up, it's a very fun track to drive. So, what are your thoughts going into next week? And do you think, with a podium under your belt, that's given you the confidence to maybe push for a bit more?
Well, I'm not so quick around 1 lap pace, but I'm very good at keeping the tyres fresh under heavy fuel and in the race. Because I know last year I had 2 very good races until 1 mistake onto the safety cars, but this year I've learned give myself a lot more time on the safety car, and hopefully the result will come out for me next weekend, next race.
Yeah. So congratulations, Silverside Boy, once again. I believe that's your first podium in FPRL, am I right?
Yeah, first podium in the league race.
So hopefully we'll see you in the interviews more often, and we should see, maybe that boost in confidence can give you what you need to be at the front end of what is a really, really competitive Tier 2. But yeah, as I said, congratulations, and we will move on to Henkers now, who wins the race eventually by 0.3 of a second. I mean, the last 3 laps of that race, you were sort of stuck behind Joshua Meister, and needing to keep that gap down. Just how stressful were those last 3 laps?
It wasn't that funny. I mean, I think I thought originally that I would be able to keep that 3 seconds and it wouldn't be really a problem, but then it got really close on the last lap, and like Silverside Boy made a mistake in the chicane, and that ultimately gave me the win. Otherwise, I would have been P2. So yeah, got lucky, but it was a poor restart for me. I lost 2 positions immediately.
Yep.
After that, couldn't pass again. So a bit too close for comfort.
I think you were at the front for most of the race, obviously trying to bridge that gap to Mag User, and after that incident under the safety car, I mean, tell us a bit about that, because I'm not sure if that was a glitch in the game or did he just get too close, but ultimately you took advantage of that mistake and had the chance to win the race from there.
Yeah, I mean, he was close, but I think it was a glitch, because the safety car, even when I was the leader, and the safety car kept jumping around, and I had to leave a lot of distance, and suddenly safety car was a few meters in front of me. So yeah, game's fault.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Well, I guess that the glitches happen to everyone, don't they? But yeah, what a performance from you, and I think you've been up there in many of the qualifying sessions and in the races as well. So hopefully after this win, we should see you, on the podium more often, and maybe it might be too early to think about the championship, but these 25 points will be really important towards that.
Yeah, it's a good result, but shouldn't think about any championship yet. Yeah.
Yep, so thank you very much for joining me, guys, in the interview, and once again, congratulations to Henkers, who is your winner provisionally in Tier 2 for Imola. We will be back again next Wednesday for Tier 3, and it will be in the Portuguese hills at Portimao. Notoriously a very fun track to drive and watch, so expect to see some good racing again next week on FPRL, or Fair Play Racing League.